It is the second day of the LCS Summer Split with coverage brought to you by Alienware, and I'm joined by a man who has not played in the LCS in some time, including today, and yet I'm interviewing him anyway. Zven. Sven, what did you think of that game for Cloud9?
I mean, I don't know. I think I hate this meta and this patch, and pro play has never been this boring to watch for NA and Korea. And I think that we gotta spice it up a little bit more and pick some more early game champs and fight to death a bit more.
Whenever you step onto the stage in however long, will you be able to do that? Will you be able to spice it up more? You tell the coaches, like, draft me this?
No, I'll be playing fucking Kama and Yumi, and I'll be hoping that someone else does it for me.
Okay, wait. So I think people have been trying to figure this out. Is there a chance that you end up playing AD, or are you like full support? Because obviously we're all trying to figure out what's going on with Berserker and all that.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out too, actually. It was something we considered for a while because we weren't sure if we should be playing to win games or for practice purposes for the future, like the long run, or if when Berserker even arrives. Because at first we thought it would be a while before he would get here, and then now we think he might be back for week 2.
Okay, cool.
So in that case, I think I'll be playing support the whole time.
Okay.
It's a little bit hard to figure out. It just depends on when he arrives and how well we do in week 1 and stuff like that, because we have to make playoffs, right? So.
Yeah. How have you been approaching practice then? Have you been splitting time on AD, or have you been support the whole time?
Well, I haven't practiced at all besides solo queue because
That's what I mean, solo queue, right?
I arrived here yesterday. Yes, so I just queue support AD. I don't think I need that much practice on the AD role. I think I'm competent enough on that one already, without stroking my own ego. But I think that I spend most of my time playing support, and I played AD as my secondary role, so I got some games here and there, and most of the champs in the meta, Kalista, Lucian, Siri, and such, champs I played for a long time anyways, so I'm confident in them. But I don't think I'll be playing ADC to split at all, because I think Berserker will be here next week. That's at least what I've been told. That's the word on the street.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll mostly support and mostly EU solo queue, which is terrible.
Terrible. Okay. How does it compare to Champions queue?
Champions queue, when I left, was pretty good, but there weren't that many people playing it. I've seen a lot of people on ladder that weren't playing before, so I think that's a good sign. And there's a new system for MMR and shit, so I hope the games are more balanced. So I think that'll be a good thing. But Champions queue was starting to decline a little bit when I left in April, because people just weren't playing enough. Especially like pro players from teams just weren't playing. It was just mostly a couple pro players from certain teams, and then academy and LAN and amateur, and that's not what I thought Champions queue would be.
Okay, well, let's talk a little bit about the role swap. So what led to the decision to role swap? Were you like, okay, well, I can play in the LCS if I play support, so I guess I'm playing support? Or were you like, fuck ADC, I'm done with ADC, we're playing support now? Like, what led to the decision to switch?
The main reason is that I can play in a good team that can make worlds only as support, whereas it will be harder to do that as ADC, because the top 4 teams in my book, EG, TL, Lion Thieves, and C9, already have an ADC that they're set on. Yeah. And there was no opportunity for me on those teams. So I kind of just had to, in a way. Yeah. Not saying I don't want to. I'm not like forced or anything. They gave me options, right? But I don't think that the chances of teams like Golden Guardians or whatever making worlds is as high as those 4 teams. Not saying I could join that team, just example.
Yes.
So I felt like my high chance of making worlds and winning LCS was on this team playing this role. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'll just play support then. And it wasn't even my idea actually. I was asked by my coaching staff and my teammates. They thought, hey, I think you could be a good support player. And I was like, I don't know about that one, but they all have faith in me to play. So yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing.
Do you think it's a permanent change? Like, are you like, now I will forever be a support player? Or are you just like, we're doing this for now because I can play?
We're doing this for now because I can play. Okay. But if it goes well, I'll be happy to play support forever. If it goes really badly, like let's say we finish like 4th or 5th or even worse, don't think about it. And we don't make worlds, then I think I have to reconsider for next year. And then it's a bit of a bad case scenario for sure, where I have to figure out where I'm even going to go at that point. I am a resident now, so that's nice, and I hope that helps me. If it happens that we don't make worlds and Cena has to choose what they do with me and Berserker and stuff, but I don't think I want to go there. I just want to make worlds as a support player, and I think that's very doable. although this patch is not very support oriented, most of the games seem like support's just they're just there playing their Yumi, playing their Karma, playing their Tom Braum type champs. There's not a lot of supports actually having influence in the games. It feels like so. Unless you're in LPL or in EU, in those regions they actually fight a lot, and I think that those regions in EU, NA and Korea can learn from for sure. Right.
Okay. Well, if you like that, why don't you try to bring it to the LCS? You know what I mean? Like, you're going to be on support. You want more action. Why don't you just be like, listen, C9, we're going to fucking fight a ton and become one of these other region teams, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I do think that it doesn't make a lot of sense to draft something like some teams do, and then you just slowly lose every neutral until you fight once, and then you lose in 5 minutes, or like in 5 seconds rather, like the Damwon game where first kill of the game is at minute 35, and then they end the game down mid right afterwards, and you're like, that's the game. You just lose you give up every dragon, every baron, every herald, and then eventually you fight one, lose, and then the game's over. That doesn't make any sense, right? But then again, you have these games in EU where Vitality like stomps the whole game because they get 2 kills early game, and then you're thinking like, maybe they would rather just have given over every neutral. So it's hard to find a balance, right? Because teams in NA are afraid of getting stumped. At least some are. So you end up you're not trying to avoid having games where one team, Vitality in that case, had like 25 kills. So it's hard to really find a balance. But I think that I don't want to play a game where I'm just getting choked the whole game as a support player. That's fucking boring. So I think we're gonna, once Berserker gets here, we're gonna try to. We have only 1 week of scrims before week 2 of LCS if he actually arrives. So yeah, it'll be a bit tough to come out the gate swinging with that little practice, but I'll try to make sure we don't become a team that is 0-0 at 20 minutes, losing every dragon, every neutral, everything.
How would you rate yourself versus the other supports in the LCS? Like right now, I know you haven't played yet, but if you have to theoretically slot yourself in, do you think like you're the 10th best support? Do you think you're the first? Like, where would you guess?
I don't think I'm the 10th support. That will be.
I mean, you're brand new to the role, and mostly everybody else has been playing a ton. Like,
That's true.
I'm not saying that should be the expectation. I'm just saying it's not unreasonable, especially since you said you haven't had as much practice.
Yeah, it isn't unreasonable to say, but I think that when I was playing ADC, if I ranked the support players, I would say Koji and Vulcan together in the tier 1, and then everyone else. Like literally everyone else. Like no one else is even close to these 2 guys. Who he, for some time, was like good in lane, a bit worse afterwards, and there's a huge drop off, right? So there's 3 people. I think that given the meta, I think I'm good on range champs personally. So I feel comfortable in lane and confident. I think I'll be, somewhere together with Huhi for a while, chilling in the top 3, 4, 5 ish, and then we'll see how me and Berserker do as a duo, because it's important to have some practice and synergy as a duo, knowing what we like to play and stuff. But I'll say top 5 at first, and then we'll see.
Last question: have you had a chance to watch Players yet?
No, I actually haven't.
Are you interested in watching it?
I don't think I am.
Okay.
Should I be?
It's good. It's really good. I think you will like it. Okay. The only person I know that doesn't like it right now is Double Lift, and he doesn't like live action shows. He literally only watches anime stuff because he's a giant weeb. So I think you would like it. Scar liked it. Disguised Toast liked it. A bunch of people liked it. So I would check it out. I'm not getting paid for that, but I'm asking the pro players because I want to know what you guys think of it. Yeah. Is there anything that you want to say to any of the fans out there?
Yeah, I mean, we might have lost the offseason to passports, but I think that once I'm back, Berserker's back, and then we get some practice, it'll take some weeks for us to get in shape. But I think afterwards it will be a fun team to watch, and I hope that, well, I don't hope that, I expect that we will be a team that come out the gate swinging. We will not be the kind of team that just falls over and dies. So I'm looking forward to have some fun in the early game in LCS. Although my practice in solo queue is giving me kind of bad vibes for this environment where there's nothing happening the whole game. Yeah. Whereas in EU solo queue, there's a fist fight till death every game, the entire game. So.
Well, maybe Champions Queue will make it better for you.
Yeah, I think so.
Either way, great to have you back. I mean, I know you're not technically back, but you're kind of back.
Great to be back, Travis.
Yes, thank you. It'll be good to have you back. Regardless, thank you so much, Zven, for the interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube. You have to be dynamic. Like, people used to accuse me of being monotone, and so I have to, like, really do a lot of, like, as much action as I can, because otherwise people say I'm boring. So you have to, like do
this,
all these
comment
things.
That.
Yes, exactly.
Fuck
Like,
yeah.
yes. Bye. Thanks so much for watching that interview. It is so great to be back here at the LCS for Summer Split, and I couldn't do it without you. Really, you guys watch the videos, and then if you didn't watch the videos, I would not be able to be here, and I also wouldn't be able to be here without Alienware, because you guys watch the videos, and then Alienware sees that you watch the videos, and then I put the logo on the video, and then they know that you've seen the video. So anyway, thank you so much to Alienware, and thank you to you for making summer possible.